So, Joseph, we've been away for quite some time. 3 weeks, almost a month, not quite though, but I have something that requires your attention. So, if you and our podcast listeners will remember, we recorded a video, I can't even remember when this came out, about it's our little collab. However, I guess it can't really be called a collab because you don't have a channel, but we did a video together like 2 months ago. The title of that video is Straight with an 8 Guy Guesses Drag Queens, and someone left a comment on that video. Now I'm fairly certain it's not David or Patricia, because well, I would know if it was, but it says, you both are so cute and nice. OMG, this is the kindest and chillest video I've watched in a long time. Good luck on growing your channel. So yeah, I was gonna send that to you previously, but I kept forgetting. But I think now is a good time to share. So
interesting. Yeah. Were you gonna like show it to me or just read it? Because you said you were gonna show it.
Well, I said show because that's just there's nothing to see. It's just text.
I gotta read the words for myself. Yeah, I don't think I feel like David and Patricia know us, so I don't think they would say that. But I don't know. Appreciate it. I don't think they would say it in that wording. It sounds like a stranger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's definitely not David, unless David's like has some anonymous YouTube channel. He like role plays, moonlights as whatever that username was. Which that wouldn't be too surprising for David.
Yeah. Well, would you like to do the intro, or do you? I don't think you know how to do it. But I'll give you.
I'm too tired to do it. I don't know. I can just be like, "This is the Not Just Arin podcast," and then introduce us or whatever.
That's literally all the intro is.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I know how to do it.
What episode are we on? Because I legit forgot. I think this is the 25th. I feel
like it's the 23rd.
No, the
24th
might have been the 20th. You know what?
I think I know better than you.
Well, you might be right.
Just from, I don't know, trends.
It's the 25th.
Nice. Oh, here we go. Here's that thing. IGN's reporting on it.
Oh, that's HBO weird. Max removing shows. For that doesn't even make sense to me. But we can talk about it later. So you're gonna do the intro?
No.
Okay, fine. This is the 25th episode of the Not Just Arin podcast. That is 1/4 of 100. Wow. I am Arin, and you are?
I wish I could come up with something. I'm too tired. I'm also Arin today.
Anyway, you teased something before we started, which at first I thought was going to be kind of normal, but then you said something else to enhance the thing that you told me, which I thought was honestly a little alarming. So if you could share with the classroom.
Well, we've been under a boil water notice, 3 weeks now? Like,
I feel like it's been over 3 weeks.
Well, let's see. Let's do the math.
Because when did it start? I don't even know.
I can roughly tell you. I just need to do some math. You know what I'm saying? It has been. It's about 3 weeks because it's been like 12 business days at the least, give or take some weekends.
Okay.
But yeah, boil water notice, which I guess I think people think it's been longer. Like, yes, Melissa or someone, they'll say a month, but that's because we had one that was 2 weeks. We had like a week or two break, and then now we're in an even longer one.
I feel like the previous one was also longer than 2 weeks.
It was 2 weeks.
Really?
I kept track of it because the thing is like, I guess I rely on, I guess like most people, I rely on like a Brita filter to consume my water so that I'm not just buying like a case of water bottles a week. And then at work, I like fill it up at like the water fountain. But with work, the water being no good, it's like, well, I don't want to just burn through my water bottles. And I'm like, I feel like a requirement for work is that they need to provide me like clean drinking water. So I asked my boss, I was like, hey, like, can we just get waters out of like the fridge and like the bookstore pays for it, like Barnes and Noble pays for it, and my boss is like, yeah, sure. So I've been keeping track of what I've gotten out of the fridge, and the first one started like on like a Tuesday and ended on like a Thursday, and that was like four business days, or 8 business days total, I think.
Like business days though.
Well, because I don't work on the weekend, so I'm saying like I know I took the first boil water notice. I know I took 4 water bottles one week, and then another 4 another week. You know what I mean? And so that's just how I keep track. That's how I know the first one was 2 weeks. And then this one, I know I've taken 12 water bottles. I don't know when it started specifically, but I know it's only business days. So it's been at the very least 12 business days whenever it started. And I don't know, unless it started at a Monday, then it's like it probably didn't start on a Monday. If we're 12 business days, I could actually, technically, I can go back to see when it started. Because if we just go here and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it started Wednesday the 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless it actually might be longer, I've realized, because I'm forgetting there were days I took off. So it might be a month, and it might have actually started in July, because I realized that I've like, there was like a anywhere between like 2 to 4 days that I either took off work or didn't go in. And so honestly, it might have actually, if you add, like, if you account for that, then it might have started on either the 27th or the 28th. So my timing is messed up now that I realize, because I didn't take water bottles for the days I wasn't there. Anyway, I don't know if that's interesting.
I mean, your method of keeping track of time for how long this boil water notice has been in effect is certainly interesting. But
so yeah, it might be more like a month, closer to a month than 3 weeks. But yeah, we've been under a boil water notice for a while. You know, it's Mad Max out there. There's fires everywhere. The whole place has become a desert. Water is impossible to find. Anyone would kill for a single drop.
Well, it's a good thing it's been raining lately, because if there were fires, the fire department might not actually be able to do anything because of the water pressure issues.
Oh, but what is it? I guess a possible conversation topic. We'll see how like deep it can go or whatever, but I guess I'll speak for myself and say that like having like this boil water notice like last so long, I feel like I'm noticing some slight side effects, and I'm like, man, I want my clean water back. I shouldn't be paying for this dirty water. But basically, I mean, I've left you in suspense. I don't think I'm going to leave the audience in suspense. Basically, I think because of how dirty the water is, which someone told me, I guess you can bleep their name or not, but his dad, like, I don't think he works at the water plant in Jackson, but he's worked at water plants. So knows a little bit about how that works, like what can go wrong, what can go right, things like that. But I know Caleb had said that instead of a boil water notice, I think there's like, it's so bad, the water's so bad and it's been going so long that it's like a boil water mandate, which he said I guess like it's comparable to like the difference between like a tornado watch and a tornado warning. You know what I mean? And so anyway, all that to say is that I guess like my side effects of this like this nasty water is I guess like I don't think I'm like getting super clean from it when I shower. So basically I've just noticed that it's like I have a bit of like acne either on my face or like on my back, and I'm like that wasn't there before. And so Melissa and I suspect that is the dirty water at play. I guess Melissa has also noticed acne, I believe, on her face. And she's like, where the frick is the acne coming from? I had like perfect skin a little bit ago. What's going on? You know what I mean? And we think it is the water.
Interesting. Yeah, I can't say that I've really noticed a change in my acne because it just kind of fluctuates. I've always had like acne problems, so if I get like a bump, it's not like strange to me. So I don't know. That's interesting. I really never got acne like anywhere else on my body, and I haven't noticed any. So I don't know. Then again, we do have different skin.
Well,
So
I guess I'll speak for myself and say that, like, yeah, I feel like in terms of my acne, I would say it's the same, where it's like, yeah, a bump here or there, whatever. But like, this feels like somewhat abundant. You know what I mean?
now, what do you use to wash your face other than the apparently dirty water?
Water. So I guess I use water. I use, I guess, face and body wash. And then
Face and body wash?
Yeah.
So like the 2-in-1?
Yeah. I mean, I guess, I feel like guys' soaps can be different, where it's like you don't have like, I guess I'm just speaking for myself, but I think generally what I've seen with like guy washes is that like there's not like a face wash and a body wash. It's just like this soap is good for both your body and your face.
Interesting. You can still buy like face wash.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's not masculine enough for you.
I don't think it's marketed towards men, honestly.
You still have skin. I don't see what the difference is.
Men don't have skin. And I don't know if you know this.
They're blind and they don't have skin.
I mean, honestly, I can run up and go see like what I have, see what it's labeled. And then I use like I guess like a face scrub. But that, I don't know. I feel like I maybe could stop using that. I started using it in high school when acne was way more prevalent, and then I don't know. I guess I just never stopped. But I think now maybe I just use it because like my face gets really dry and flaky.
So you use a scrub?
Yeah, to like, I don't know, scrape away the flakes. You know what I mean?
I mean, if your skin is dry, you need to moisten it. So what you probably need is a non-drying facial cleanser and maybe a little moisturizer. You should probably use some SPF too, because the sun isn't good for you.
What are you, I'm not outside that much.
I mean, the sun still comes in contact with your skin.
Not a lot.
I mean, it's enough to have damage like over time, but whatever.
I think you overestimate how much sun I get.
Well, okay, that's not true.
I do want to hear now. I want to. We're just doing this for my face. We're not going any deeper. I do want to run upstairs and see what my labels are.
I will pause.
Wow, the magic of editing. It was like I never left.
Magic of pausing the equipment. So.
Wait. I'm doing the presenting.
Okay.
All right. So I have new. I doubt it's new, but I feel like if they put that on the bottle, people are like, "Oh, it's new? Like, oh, really? I've never seen this before." Dove Men Plus Care. So it's the woman's brand, but it's marketed towards men. It has this like sleek metallic silver, or
that's gray.
A
slate gray, I would say.
A slate gray, thank you. It's got these like harsh patterns, It's a clean comfort, and then here we go. Hydrating body plus face wash. Like I said. Micro moisture, Nutoyant Corp. Oh, this is, I think, a different language. Yeah, I feel like that's like French or something, because there's Nuevo up there. Maybe it's Spanish. I don't know.
Okay.
We don't need to see the bag, but
don't read the ingredients. Never mind. I don't care that much.
Yeah, I don't think either of us could pronounce them. You know what I mean?
You don't know that.
No. All right, and then this is a Walmart brand. Oh, it's a little wet. Equate Beauty. Compare to St. Ives Fresh Skin Apricot Scrub. It is an apricot scrub facial cleanser. It's invigorating. Gently exfoliates to reveal smooth, healthy looking, and beautiful skin. So see, this is what I'm saying.
That stuff isn't gentle at all. It's very rough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess you can say whatever you want on the box.
Yeah, I also used to use that, but only like once a week.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess, I don't know. I guess we've established that I only shower like twice a week, so I only use this twice a week.
We have established that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
So wait, hold on. You only wash your face twice a week too?
Yeah.
Jesus H. Joseph. Oh my god. That's. Oh man, if I did that, I would be wrecked. I would be looking rough. Okay.
I guess that's just a testament to my beauty then.
Okay. I mean, hey, I guess it's working out for you. Jeez, though. Twice. Okay.
Maybe we hadn't established that. I think I've hinted at the fact that I'm like, yeah, it's not healthy to shower every day.
Yeah, and I said that's something stinky people made up to justify being stinky.
No.
Okay. Well.
So maybe so we'd established that, but I hadn't like established like, yeah, this is how often I shower.
Okay. Well, to compare the products that I use for my face, I used to have a night routine. I kind of stopped. I only really did it in the winter because my face would get like really dry at night. But in the morning, after I've brushed my teeth and flossed and used mouthwash, 'cause you're supposed to do all three, I will first wet my face with, again, the dirty water. And I'll use Cetaphil, but the off-brand, the Walmart brand, because it's like $3 cheaper.
Wait. I mean, I feel like just the idea of this being our like beauty routine episode is kind of funny, but I don't know how interested I am in hearing your beauty routine.
Well, I just wanted to compare and contrast.
Okay.
Because you're seeing like worsening acne. I'm seeing, I guess, no change. So I use the Cetaphil.
Well, Melissa's seeing it too, and she has a routine. You know what I mean? And she's like, for the past, like, let's say 2 weeks, she's like, why am I breaking out? I guess I hope it's not a big deal. She'll probably be fine. I don't think this needs to be cut out. I don't know. Melissa, text me now if you're upset. I don't think she will, because I don't think it's a big deal.
Okay.
But she's been like, she has like a pretty, like, I don't know, in-depth beauty routine or whatever. And the past 2 weeks, she's like, why am I breaking out? What has changed? Did I change my diet? Did I like, what's blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know who said it, her or me, but it's like, the water's super dirty. And she's like, oh, that's probably what it is. And then after one of us said that and realized that, I was like, I've noticed like, I guess like, I feel like I'm more embarrassed about my thing than hers. But it's like, I've noticed like a decent bit of like acne on my back, and I'm like, what the frick? Like, what's wrong with me? Am I just like extra sweaty? Like, and yeah, I think I guess personally, I would think it's this prolonged exposure to like Jank water. So your beauty routine,
Melissa, if you're listening, it'd also just be like hormone changes, which just kind of like happen.
I don't think I think she's looked at that, or not looked at it, but just like considered it. And I don't think she thinks that's the case, but
okay.
Yeah. So, you can tell your beauty routine, compare and contrast. I will straight up say, I don't think I care, but I think I mean, it's not even that long. We're gonna assume the audience cares, and you're gonna go ahead.
I'm gonna make them care.
Okay.
So first, I wet my face. Then I use, did I say Cetaphil? Yeah, Cetaphil daily facial cleanser. Because they have two types. They have two types. They have daily and they have gentle. And I really don't know what the difference is between them, but I know I like one of them better than the other, and I kind of can't remember which one I use. But I think it's the daily one. It's it has they all have blue labels, but whatever. The Equate brand, because it's $3 cheaper. So
that's the reason I use Equate for this, as opposed to St. Ives.
Yeah, so I have one of these like scrub pads, and so I put a little on the pad all over my face. Good, great. Get a towel, wet it, wipe all of that off. Great. After that, I use, and this honestly like helped me a lot, because I feel like there was a time in like college when my face was just like not great. But I started using 12% benzoyl peroxide acne gel, and that like really helped with like the overall texture of my face. I still get breakouts here and there, but I feel like my face texture wise was like way worser before I started using that. So I use that afterwards, and then after that I shower. And then after that I use the Neutrogena, and I don't really use the off-brand for this because I can't find it most of the time, but Neutrogena some kind of moisturizer. I don't know. I used to use one that had like SPF 35 in it, and for some reason Walmart just like stopped carrying it. So now I have one that only has SPF like 15 in it. However, I have to use the SPF because the benzoyl peroxide, if you put that on your face and go out in the sun, you will get chemical burns. So you kind of have to. So that's why I started using it. See, that's not even all that detailed. But what I used to do at night in the winter.
She said, now let me tell you the prequel beauty routine.
No, just the night winter routine. Very simple. All I do is I have some of that, what is it? I think it's like Clean and Clear is the brand. Not cleanser, toner. But it's like got salicylic acid in it, which is also like a different kind of acne medication. So I put that on a cotton pad, just wipe it all over my face. It's very alcohol-y, so it will dry out your skin. And I use a Neutrogena night cream. But that's only really during the winter, again, because my skin would get very dry. So, yeah. And that's my skincare routine.
I feel like I know Melissa doesn't care, but I think I'm curious what like maybe Patricia and David will think, because like I don't
About
think we've
what
ever.
specifically?
I feel like I want to go back to how often I shower.
Okay.
Because I guess I'm curious what they'll think. Because I feel like Patricia and I might have talked about it. I don't think David and I ever have. But I guess I'll say what I enjoy talking about like my personality. I enjoy like a shower. Like it's alone time. It's private. There's a lot of noise, sounds like rain. It can be like comforting and relaxing, but I'm also like a completionist. And so you'll see how this correlates in a second.
Okay.
It just means I like to do things like until they're done, and once they're done, I want to be done with it. So things like maintenance, like washing the dishes, washing myself, taking out the trash or whatever. I don't like doing those things because you're never done with them. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
Which I'll do them. Like I'm not like a slob. I'm just saying I wish that I could do them once and never do them again. You know what I mean? Like some utopian world or something. I don't know. I guess that would be automated or something. But even then, it would still showering and whatever would take up my time. But automated dishes washing, automated trash taking out.
You have a dishwasher now, don't you?
Yeah, but it's like you still got to check it. It doesn't always get it. What is it? I guess do you get what I'm saying about like I don't know. I want to finish a book. I want to finish a movie. And it's like, if I go back to it, then that's whatever. But it's like, I'm done with it. You know what I mean? Whereas like these things I have to routinely do and they will never be done. If I never shower again, I'll be disgusting. You know what I mean? And so I don't like, because like, if I want to like finish a bunch of things, then I want to move from one thing to the next, but these other things that you have to do repeatedly, they take up so much of my time because I'm always doing them. It feels like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Anyway, so I guess all that to say is that I enjoy showering, but I wish I didn't have to, you know what I mean? Or like it can be a chore to like get in the shower just due to like.
Yeah, I understand that.
And so, yeah, I guess that's some like lore, some backstory.
Well, here's the thing. I will also admit something. I was also much like you, except I was worse. I only did it like once a week when I was in high school. However, every day before school, I'd always wash my face, my armpits, and like my undercarriage, because you can't let that go. So, I eventually stopped when I got to college because I did not have a private bathroom anymore, so I can like do that. So for that, I understand. I do feel sometimes like getting in the shower is like a whole rigmarole. You like turn the water on and then step into the shower, and it's like it's a lot. Even though it's not a lot, it's a lot, and I get where you're coming from. However, I don't know. These days,
I feel like you cut me off a little bit.
What?
I feel like you cut me off. I was still going. I was gonna say other stuff about like showering. I guess another thing is that like, I guess I don't know about like you or our listeners, but like if I have the time to take a really long shower, I'm taking a really long shower. You know what I mean? Like I could be in there for like, if it's like a bad day or like I'm just particularly feeling like I just want to sit,
Mm-hmm.
I could be in there for like an hour and a half or something crazy. Like,
God,
yeah.
shower
Now,
must be
but it's
hot.
like, a typical shower for me, if I'm like not rushing, which now I kind of am rushing because like I used to shower like at night at the end of the day. Now I shower in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I want to like get it out of the way. I have to like force myself to like, I have to put myself in a position where it's like I need to do it or I'm going to be upset.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to do it quickly so that I'm not like in there for forever. But what is it? I was gonna say that if I'm not rushing, a typical shower for me is like 30 to 40 minutes.
That's long.
Yeah.
God. Okay.
And that's not even including the amount of time it takes me to like gather my things and get in there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Gathering my things and getting in there and then getting out and drying off. It's like we're looking at like an hour to an hour and a half. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like due to that, like I have to only shower like twice a week. I guess more specifically, like roughly every like 3 to 4 days, which I guess can sound like a lot depending on what your opinion is. Hopefully, David and Patricia aren't gasping in disgust as we speak, or I don't know, as we speak 6 days from now. But what is it? I would say that what I have heard, I guess from, I don't know, various sources, I'll say like a random,
Peer-reviewed?
I was going to say like a random doctor here or there on YouTube or something, but it's not like I do research. I've just heard people mention it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like showering once a week, like let's just say once a week, every 7 days is not good for you. I guess you'll be stinky, you'll be smelly, you'll be kind of gross or whatever. And then what I've also heard is showering every day. And some people, take it even further. Some people like if
Twice a day.
or 3, if they're like particularly sweaty or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that is just as bad for you as like showering once a week, but it's different where it's like, one, like I don't know, you're germy, you're stinky, whereas this other one, you're like drying out your skin. And I don't know, I guess just treating it really harshly, because I guess showering that much isn't like good for your skin. It washes all like the natural oils and like kind of ruins up the balance and I guess really dries you out.
Well, I guess that's kind of dependent on what kind of climate you live in.
Maybe, yeah. That probably is a factor, yeah.
Yeah,
but
like we live in the South, it's like humid basically all year round.
Yeah.
So,
well, I guess that's a good point. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on it, but it sounds like a good point. But what is it? Yeah. So for me, I like, and then not wanting to shower, like wishing I never had to shower again. I will put it off until I'm stinky and I'm nasty. You know what I mean? Like I'm like I want to, which within reason, I guess. Now maybe Patricia, David, and even you may be listening and be like, "This is not within reason, Joseph. You need to go to a hospital." That's like the 3 or 4 day range where it's like I think probably this like 3 or 4 days is me. I feel like probably like every other day or every 2 days. Like you shower, you wait 2 days, and then like you shower again, which I think that's sort of what I do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's 4 then. I think it's 3 for me, but like I don't know. It depends. I just know I'll put it off until it's like, oh, I feel like I just start to feel gross. You know what I mean? I feel like kind of greasy. I feel kind of like itchy. And I'm like, oh, I need a shower. You know what I mean? Every other time when I'm not feeling that way, which is like, I don't know, half the week or whatever, I feel like very soft skin, very fresh, clean. And so I just do it when it's necessary. And I don't know, that works for me. And it can be a pretty big time sink at times. So I don't want to.
It doesn't have to be though.
Well, it does for me. You know what I mean? That's just like how I am. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess, but see, if I had to guess how long my showers are in the morning, I would say maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. See, you could tell me.
over 10 minutes, but under 15 minutes.
I'm exaggerating. I'm gonna exaggerate. There's some hyperbole about to come. But like, you could tell me, I could get a phone call while I'm in the shower, or while I'm like just getting in the shower, and you'd be like, "Yo, Joseph, Melissa's dying. You need to get here right now." And if I'm like going as fast as I can, 15 minutes. Like, Melissa.
Do you wash your hair every time you shower?
Yes.
Okay. Well.
Melissa would be dead by the time I got there. But in actuality, I guess if I got that phone call, I don't know. I would be stinky or sweaty while she dies, you know.
Well, washing your hair certainly adds time to it. And I certainly do not wash my hair every time I shower.
Yeah. So, see, I feel like for the most part when I shower, it's like I wash everything. So it's like body wash, face wash twice, and then hair. But I guess like...
Also, you don't have that much hair, so...
I don't know, you still gotta wash it.
Yeah, but, you know, when you have all of this going on, gotta do 3 shampoos, a condition, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Especially considering I don't wash my hair that often. As often as some people without my hair texture would, I'll say.
I mean, I don't really know about that. How often do I guess like black people typically wash their hair?
Well, I mean, it varies from person to person. There isn't a whole lot of like uniform guidance for people with afro textured hair for like how to actually take care of it. I feel like you hear a lot of different things from a lot of different sources, and I didn't even really start like actually taking care of my own hair until I was in college, because I could not go to the salon to get it washed. Because literally before college, the only time I would get my hair like washed and styled was when I went to the hair salon. It was only like once a month, which it wasn't like ideal, but my mom literally did not tell me how to like take care of my hair. Because previous to that, before me like actually going regularly, she was the one who would do it. But at that point I was like a child. So, and then of course, you know, when I was younger, I had like a lot more hair. It was very long and it's still very thick. So even as a child, I think it would be a lot to do. And I think just like black children in general, especially girls, they have longer hair. They're not really the ones who are taking care of their hair. That's up to like someone else, usually a parent or a paid professional. So yeah. And of course, when I like first started trying to take care of my own hair, there's a lot of trial and error. It's still a lot of trial and error, especially, you know, trying to keep up with the styles that I do. But I have gotten comments on how my hair looks healthier now. And honestly, I feel like my hair is a lot more healthier than it was before.
No, like when you say wash, do you mean like I don't know, like when you say what is wash, like soap, water, whatever, like I mean, like I guess does water hit it when you haven't washed it? Does it still get like wet?
No, I use a shower cap.
Really? Yeah. So why do you keep it dry?
Well, humidity from like steam, that will mess my stuff up like real good. I mean, right now it doesn't matter because I just have my hair in braids because I didn't feel like twisting it. But especially back when I was like having my hair like pressed and straight, if any amount of humidity, any amount of moisture hit my hair, it would be ruined like immediately. So you kind of had to
define ruined, like just like even more untamable.
Well, okay, no, not necessarily. But you remember when I had my hair like straight most of the time, right? I mean, even back then.
Not currently, but sure.
Well, I mean, I only went natural.
I feel so tired right now. I don't remember right now.
Okay, well, when you like first met me, I would keep my hair straight like most of the time. And even then, it wasn't that good because what I would do before is I would get this thing called a silk press. I'm not going to explain it, but it would make my hair very straight. And it would not last very long in the summer because the humidity and just the amount of moisture in the air would make it not straight anymore. And the way that it would get straight is you literally just heat the hair up. So if you apply moisture to it again, then it'll get back to its natural texture because straight is not my natural texture. So I would basically have to wear a shower cap if I wanted my hair to last at all. So, and I still do that now because I don't.
But you don't have it straight now.
No, so, but if my hair gets wet, it's going to take a while to dry because it's very thick. And also, right now, being in braids is going to probably take forever. So, I mean, also, it's just like out of habit. I've always worn a shower cap when I was in the shower.
Understand. I'm like, explain my question or answer my questions like I'm like a baby. You know what I mean? Because I really don't know or understand any of this, but I'm genuinely curious.
Okay.
Because I guess I'm not black. I don't have black hair.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even.
Afro-textured.
That's the word.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. What else? Well, I can't even remember.
What is the question?
I don't know. Well, I have multiple. You know what I mean? It's like,
Okay.
why do you wear a shower cap? Why? Like,
Well, I answered that.
No, I know. I'm just.
My hair wet.
I'm tired and I'm dumb at the moment. I'm. Those are connected.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm generally dumb. I'm dumb because I'm tired right now. What is that? I was gonna say that. I can't remember. Okay. But for my future questions about your hair on this episode,
well, you were going to ask me like what washing entails.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like I sort of asked that already.
Yeah, I don't know if I answered it.
Then it's like, why don't you get it wet? Then like, oh, why is do I have to say Afro textured?
But that's what it's called.
I mean, you can just say like black hair.
I mean, yeah.
I guess
you could say that, or you could say what it's called.
Your hair.
Okay, that's also accurate.
And people with hair like yours,
okay.
Is it more absorbent? Because you said it would take forever to dry.
I think that also varies on the person, how absorbent your hair is, but just given...
But like more than like white people is what I'm wondering.
Well, okay, so if we look at your hair, I can pretty much see your scalp, right? So there's there's more space in between each individual hair follicle for you than it is for me, because my hair, your hair is just like straight. It's like this, but my hair does this. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot more. Okay, for the people who can't see, I'm swirling my finger around in like a coil pattern. So there's more opportunity for water to get like trapped in there, like a sponge, instead of
that's interesting.
Paintbrush. That's not necessarily, well, yeah.
And does that, but then, so that's I feel like that's a really good explanation.
However, also, to add on top of that, a person's hair can be more absorbent or less, just depending on their hair. So
my hair can air or dry better because it's like the wind can blow through it. There's more air hitting it, while like yours is very like stuck together. You said like a sponge. It's more, you could almost say it's like more dense.
Yes.
But then what's your answer for like, it seems like it still can be more absorbent because even when it's straight, you can't get it wet because then it will revert back to its natural state. Yeah. Why is that?
Well, okay. So the process of straightening one's hair, you can do it a couple ways. You can do it chemically, or you can do it, I guess, mechanically. Heat isn't like mechanics, but those are basically the two ways. I never got chemicals put in my hair. My mom never let me because it'll wreck your hair. So I always got mine straightened with heat. So I'm sure Melissa owns a flat iron.
Yeah, I know what that is, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I don't know how any of this works, but when you apply heat to hair, you can basically bend it in whatever shape you want. So like, let's say if Melissa wants to curl her hair, she'll use a curling iron and it'll be curled until the curls fall out, I guess. And if I want to straighten my hair, then I can use a flat iron and basically just kind of pull on the hair until it becomes straight, apply the heat, and then it does what it do, and then it becomes straight. Honestly, I don't really know why it becomes like coily again when you apply hair to it. I guess it's just kind of like resetting it somehow. I don't know if I have an answer.
But that doesn't seem, yeah, no, that's fine. I guess it also doesn't seem like that is exclusive to black people. You know what I mean? It's just like anyone can straighten their hair in whatever way. But then like if it's not naturally super straight and then you like get it wet, or I don't know, just over time it'll revert back.
I think it might be the action of drying it out that makes it not straight anymore. But that's just a hypothesis. I don't know.
I guess I don't think I have any more hair questions, but it's interesting that, I mean, so like I guess if it's dense, then I would say your scalp is like shielded, so like your scalp doesn't get like dirty.
No, it still gets dirty.
So then you got a dirty scalp for a month.
Well, back then, yes. And I mean, now I should probably be washing my hair more often than I am, because I can tell when my scalp gets like grimy. But I just don't, because washing my hair is like a whole rigmarole. You gotta set aside a whole day for it. And I genuinely don't want to do that.
That's just how I feel about showers in general. I have to set aside a whole day.
Yeah, but the dirt, quote unquote, from your scalp doesn't come from the outside. It comes from your scalp because you're like
And
hair
it's just trapped
follicles
in there.
produce oil.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, and your I guess just
Sweat
dead
also.
skin cells and
yeah,
sweat and oil and all that.
yeah.
Nice scalp soup. Yeah,
Gross.
that's a pretty good image, right?
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I wash my hair roughly once every 3 weeks. But this time around, I'll be washing my hair in 2 weeks because I need to take pictures at work like the last Monday of the month. And then there's my birthday concert and I want to have my hair in twists so I can headbang properly. So yeah.
I think not. Well, I'd have to like. I'm not gonna, but I'd have to talk to like my mom or Melissa.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't think not washing your hair. I feel like not washing hair is like it's not like a black thing. I mean, it might be more of a black thing, but I think it's more. For me, at least,
Well,
it's more of like a female thing, is what I was gonna say.
Not washing your hair?
Yeah.
I don't think either of those statements are true. I just said how often I did not wash my hair. I don't know what other black people are doing. I've never really talked to like anybody else about like hair care or anything like that, even when I was like growing up or in school or anything.
Well, I mean, Patricia can write in.
Patricia sure can. Who is texting me?
It's Patricia.
No.
It's a little too aggressive. You're so upset at this random person. It's your mom.
I'm pretty sure this is my cousin because she's getting married in October. And there's some like other stuff.
What a. I wanted to say the B word, being like, man, she's so selfish. No one cares you're getting married. Stop interrupting our podcast. You know what I mean? That was a joke.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how often or how not often other black people are washing their hair because
neither of us can comment on other black people at the moment. But I will say that I feel like growing up, I feel like my mom. I feel like she made like a point or something where she was like, "Oh, like it's a particularly long shower because it's like I'm washing my hair, or it's like a shorter shower because I'm not washing my hair."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so like I feel like maybe Melissa has said the same thing in the past, but. Like, yeah, it feels like more of a female thing than anything to me.
Not washing our hair.
Occasionally. Like, I don't know. For me, it's like I feel
here's
like
the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to wash your hair every day. This is what I've heard. No matter what kind of hair texture you have. But you also don't bathe every day. So it's not like coming into the equation.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I think that's why. Because you're not supposed to be washing it every time.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. What do I think? I don't know. I'm tired.
Well, do you want to stay on the hair topic?
I think it's reached its natural conclusion. Okay. I think
we were talking about the boil water notice, but we got super sidetracked.
I mean, I don't know what else there's to talk about. It's like, oh, we can't drink water.
Well, I mean, do you know why?
It's giving me acne.
Yeah, but do you know like why we're under a boil water notice?
I don't know. Jackson water sucks. Like, there's a lot of pipes issues.
There's that.
I don't know. The Jackson infrastructure sucks. There's not enough money for the departments. It's like it's the same answers as nearly like every other problem in Jackson. I mean,
that's true, but like the specific issue this time around is that the water has a turbidity level, which I'll explain that, that is too high. Basically, the water is like too cloudy, and it can't be too cloudy. And whatever they were using to decloud the water like stopped working. And also there's the fact that the water plant has been understaffed for a while now. But there's also a little bit of politics involved, local politics. So the person, or I guess the organization, the governing body that issued this boil water notice was not the city. It was the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency.
Really?
Yes. So that's why it's more of like a mandate now than previously.
Let me interject. I only know what the EPA is because of the Simpsons movie. Have you seen the Simpsons movie?
Yes, I have.
The bad guy. Spoilers.
Oh, I don't remember that. But yeah. The Environmental Protection
They're the whole spoilers for the Simpsons movie. They're the whole reason they put the dome on the town. Because Homer puts his he contaminates the lake with him and Spider Pig's poop. He pours it in the lake. Their poop combined in the lake is so toxic that like the lake becomes pitch black. The EPA immediately detects it, and then they're like, "Yo, this city is like a threat to the Earth. We gotta seal it off." And so they put a dome, and you're like, "Yeah, you can all just die." You know, the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency.
Well, in real life, they actually are very useful because, I mean, if they weren't existing, we would just be like drinking and sloshing around in this nasty water. So, and they do a lot of other stuff too as it relates to the environment. But
I think there's like there's like a small documentary. I guess I can ask if you've seen either off the podcast or just now. But
called
have you ever heard of the YouTube channel? I think Oki's
Yes.
Weird Stories.
Yes.
Have you watched the gay frogs video?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. I think the EPA is bad guys in that video a little bit.
I think Alex Jones is the bad guy in that video.
What? Why is he bad? The video like proves that like it's like Alex Jones may be kind of crazy, but like he wasn't wrong about the gay frogs.
I think, okay, it's been a while since I watched this video, but I think it was like the conclusion was like it was inconclusive. Because what
No.
Alex Jones was talking about was specifically like fluoride.
No, he was talking about atrazine. He never said fluoride. He said chemicals.
Oh, you might be right.
Yeah,
But I know fluoride
he said they're
is like,
putting his exact quote is
they're putting
like
chemicals in the water to
that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, I've watched the whole video and like his wording, I guess, is somewhat of an exaggeration. It's not like frogs are just like homosexuals now, but it's like the whole 30-minute video is kind of talking about how like there is evidence to somewhat support this like wacky statement, but it's like the company that makes it, and then I think the EPA as well as the FDC,
The FDC,
FDA, sorry,
Food and Drug Administration.
yeah, kind of like, you know, a lot of like bribery and like corporate cover-ups and things like that, just basically trying to like discredit and denounce this scientist that's like, hey, I think there's an effect on the frogs and like we don't really know what the effect on the humans is, you know what I mean? It's like there is evidence of like how it's affecting the frogs. It's just the thing is that like Alex Jones is hard to take serious, but like his as ridiculous as his statement sounds, it's not as far off from the truth. That is like part of the conclusion of the video. I've watched it recently.
Oh, I watched it like when it came out.
Okay.
So it's been
A month ago.
No, it's been like a couple years.
Let's see. You're probably right.
Because I
Oki's
am
Weird
a
Stories.
subscriber.
Interesting. Do you watch all of his videos?
I haven't watched the most recent ones, mainly because they've been kind of long.
It was
but
1 year ago.
mainly
Well,
because
okay, sorry. 1 year ago, according to YouTube. Let's see. It might be two. It was 2020, so it's nearly 2 years ago.
I think he's a pretty good content creator. Most recently, he's been like going out and like actually interviewing people. Actually, he did it for that too.
A lot of scientists.
Yeah, but I really liked his Terry Tully, that whole series about the French guy who's like manipulating this family. But
I think I've only watched the Gay Frogs video because while I really enjoyed that video and it was really good, I don't like watching really long videos.
okay, as we have long since established. Yeah,
That's funny. That's a good callback.
Anyways, the EPA instituted this boil water notice. The mayor is trying to say, the water's clean when it literally is not clean. Do you want to know something? Jackson has a population of, I want to say, either close to or roughly 500,000. The last mayoral election for Jackson was in 2021. I want to say April or like May. It's before I moved here. And the turnout for that mayoral election, I want to say the total number of votes was like 13,000.
Out of how many people?
500. Okay, 500,000. I don't know how many registered voters there are, but you would assume we're going to say for the sake of argument, at least 100,000. So to have 13,000 people who have voted in the last election, and now we have this stupid mayor that we have. He sucks, and I'm willing to say it. All right? I'm not afraid of Chokwe Antar Lumumba. He sucks. I don't like
That's
him.
his name?
Yes. You didn't know that?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, he's not great. He's not a great mayor. I have no idea. Well,
Where's
now
he
I know.
from?
He's from here. So here's the thing. There's some lore. His dad, Chokwe Antar Lumumba, like the first, He was mayor of Jackson like in the 90s. He was actually a good mayor, right? He did his time, did what he could, then he left. Died under mysterious circumstances, but that's not really here nor there. I think he used to be like a Black Panther or something like that. But so here comes his son trying to shake things up, trying to run Jackson like it's San Francisco or something like that. And he gets elected. I want to say based on name recognition alone, because the proof is not there that he's an effective leader. I don't think anybody likes him. The city council doesn't like him. Like, they are constantly going at it, right? There's still lawsuits just for the stupid trash situation. So
how did, well, this might be a whole thing, but like, how did, if no one likes him, how did he win the election?
because nobody voted.
No. Well, who
Only
voted?
13,000
Who voted
people.
for him though?
Well, I mean, I don't know their names and like addresses, but only 13,000 people participated.
I guess they don't release like the demographic that voted for him.
I mean, you might be able to find that, but it's a mayoral
Go look
election.
at the poll results. Well, I guess I don't want to get too sidetracked. I'll say I can't confirm or deny whether or how good or bad of a mayor he is, but from what I've seen, I'll take your word for it. And from what you've told me, I'll take your word for it. I think that's really funny that like the EPA has to step in and be like, yo, your water, like, what are you guys doing? Because it's like even when we're not on a boil water notice, it's still not safe to drink. You know what I mean? Like, you need like a good filter just to be able to like drink it. But then it's like when we are on a boil water notice, and then it's like, yeah, the filter's not going to cut it anymore either. Like, you gotta deep fry it. But
yeah, just to think, like, when I was in college, I was just drinking the water. I had no idea. Nobody at Bell even told us, like, hey, maybe you want to get a filter for your dorm. Like, I was not informed of these things, right? So I was just drinking the water. Lord knows what happened to my still developing brain at the time.
Just straight out of the tap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what I would do at home because our water isn't messed up.
Well, see, someone told me my freshman year, like, hey, Jackson water's no good. So I always like went and filled up at like, because we both lived in UV. I always went and filled up in the hallways with like the water thingies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, where it was like, this is filtered, fill up your water bottle here. You know what I mean? That's what I always did.
I mean, I only stopped because one of my roommates got a Brita filter. So it's like... Yeah, could have brain damage, who knows.
But yeah, I think I had mentioned that of like, I get not enough for me to like understand what the details were, but just like, it's like, oh yeah, we're not under a boil water notice, we're under a boil water mandate. And then he was like, yeah, do you know what the difference is? It's like the government thinks our water needs to be boiled, but Jackson doesn't. And I was like, I didn't know what he meant at the time, but that's very funny. Now that you've clarified that.
Yeah, Jackson is basically Flint.
Is what?
Basically Flint, Michigan. They haven't had clean water since 2014. It was a whole big deal. Still don't have clean water.
Yeah, I can't believe it, man. I've been keeping up with that story. Like, it's just a shame. Like, I don't have clean drinking water, Like, yeah. How long have you been recording?
56 minutes. What, are you already ready to tap out? You got somewhere to be?
Yeah. Bed. Can we I feel like as far as water in Jackson goes, I feel like that's a good stopping point. Can we do like a question or two and then stop? I am very tired. Yeah. Okay.
Has anyone sent in any more questions?
No, but I'll send them threatening. I'll send them threatening
emails.
Something, yeah. Yo, he's not streaming Elden Ring. He's streaming Days Gone.
What is Days Gone?
PlayStation zombie game.
Oh. Talking about David, by the way, for our non-David listeners.
For our non-David, yeah, he'll know what we're talking about.
A secret guest there.
I don't know. Well, I'd have to turn on the volume, and I guess I don't want to do that because the mic will pick it up. Someone said a homeless flipped me off today. All right, so yeah, I'll threaten them. Give them the squeeze to send me some questions. Oh, some of these are deep. Okay, we'll go with Melissa's, and then I have 3 to choose from. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at this text that I got from my cousin regarding her wedding.
Oh yeah, man, come on, man. Like, did she send you another one? She's so selfish.
No,
She
I was
thinks
just looking at
she thinks it's always about her. You know what I mean? Like, I've been hearing about this wedding for months, and it's like, just
No,
get
you
it over,
haven't.
get it over with. Just make it happen. It's not all about you, okay? What about other people having weddings, and what about the people that can't have weddings? Okay, to me, this bit is very funny.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Your insistence on it is funny, but the bit
Yeah.
itself is just strange.
No, I think
Weren't
what
you
is
supposed to
it?
be picking a question?
Yeah. But now I'm distracted. I think I thought of this at work because someone made an unfunny joke as that a common occurrence at work. I feel like my hypothesis, my theory is that a joke can like. I feel like I'm only using this term because I've heard it a lot recently in like a podcast I've listened to, but like bell curve or whatever. So let's see, but like downwards or something. So joke here starts like in the middle. You know what I mean? It either doesn't exist yet or it has the potential to be funny or unfunny. You see what I'm saying?
That's not what a bell curve is.
Okay, wait. I'm getting there.
Okay.
I might be wrong. But so now let's say the joke is unfunny, right? It's going down, it's down here or whatever. It's unfunny. You keep doubling down on it long enough and it will eventually bell curve back up to being funny.
So it's like a reverse bell curve. Then.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my hypothesis. You know what I mean? I think the commitment to it, the determination will eventually maybe make it funny.
Okay. I disagree, but go on.
I saw she texted you back, and honestly,
my mom did.
Oh,
because I texted her first.
She's fine. Okay, is it about the wedding though?
Yes.
See,
because I asked her a question.
Your cousin like needs to stop, Aaron. Okay. Anyway, a question. I need to pick one of Melissa's. I'm gonna say that if that's your cousin, I swear
it's
to
still my
God.
mom.
Okay. What's your, but I think in order for it to be like, to keep being funny, you have to like reiterate on it. You know what I mean? You have to add to it or improve on it. Whereas I think it's getting less funny because I'm just kind of repeating the joke. You know what I mean? I'm like, I swear to God, your cousin, blah, blah, blah. Like if I can like, you know, maybe I get like more erratic or something. I slam the table. I start like swearing.
Well, see, you explaining it's getting less and less funny.
Yeah, but this is research. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm not at stand up right now.
This is a scientific method.
Yeah, of comedy.
Do you ever watch Saturday Night Live? Were you ever into it? Did you have a phase?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Not. I mean, like I feel like I'd watch an occasional sketch on YouTube if it was like trending. But no, I never watched like full episodes.
I had a phase, but also they would play reruns on like I think Comedy Central for a while. Anyways,
I'm gonna say
question.
we only do one question. I don't know. I'm so tired. Okay,
I'm so tired.
I am.
Oh my God. Need to get in the bed.
Okay, I gotta pick one. If you had to go back, this is from Melissa.
Okay.
If you had to go back to college but couldn't major in your field, what would you major in?
Well, see, that's hard because I majored in like two things. So, okay.
You have a double major?
I did for a time.
But you don't now, currently.
No.
So maybe you just go for your other double major. Easy. All right,
Well,
my answer.
So, do my first 2 years of college, but then I just don't like switch.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan. Well, sorry. That was my joke to like cut you off and not let you answer. You can still answer. That was me being funny.
I mean, I don't know, cause okay, I'm taking creative writing off the table because I feel like
sure
I still like kind of did it, right? I still learned things. I still gained the knowledge.
You can take it off the table. I don't think that reason is like valid, I would say, because I guess I'm more quantifying it of like what's your degree in. If you double majored and you have 2 degrees, then like take those both off the table. You know what I mean? You have a degree in film, so I would say film is the only thing off the table. If you want to take off creative writing, you can.
Well, I think because I already kind of did it though, so I feel anyway. I'm taking it off.
Okay.
So let me think. Would I have to go to the same college?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, this shakes things up. Let's see. If I had to do something other than creative writing, I mean, are we supposed to be answering this like rationally or like
Whatever you want. Okay. I don't care.
Well, when I was first like looking at going to Belhaven, I was gonna major in like English. However, after taking like advanced English courses, I probably would have hated it. So I don't know if I would want to do that. Maybe computer science, but as we have established, I'm bad at math, so that probably wouldn't go very far. Maybe like art or graphic design or something if I had to pick a different one. But I feel like I would hate that too. I don't know. Gosh, maybe history. But like if I am trying to think practically, there's not a lot you can do with history outside of that being like a precursor to something else. I certainly don't want to be a teacher. So journalism. Even though when I was in my college discovery phase, I was very much against going to college for journalism because I thought it kind of sucked as a career. I still do kind of think that, but
bro, watch Spotlight, dude.
I did.
Yeah, that made you want to be a journalist, didn't it?
No.
Oh.
I think reading a lot of long form journalism made me want to be a journalist. Like investigative stuff. I love that. I love getting a good scoop, getting to the bottom of something. Dude, I love that. Some of my favorite videos that I've done on YouTube have been me getting to the bottom of something. So I think I would really enjoy that. Doing it for a job, on the other hand, I feel like takes all the heart out of it. Because then you're just trying to meet deadlines and word quotas or whatever. And my final answer is journalism.
All right. I feel like my like joke answer that I thought of while you were answering is I would do film, but at a different college.
I mean, me too, but you know.
But that's
However, okay, think about this though. Belhaven, when we entered, we were not required to have a portfolio. We weren't required to have any kind of prior knowledge about film at all. And if you go to like an actual legit film school where it's like, you know, competitive to get in, we probably would not make it. I don't know about you. I'll say me. I would not have made it. So, because I went in knowing literally nothing about like filmmaking. Not literally nothing. I've seen some making of documentaries, but like, I feel like some of the kids that go into film programs now, like bigger film schools, they've been doing this for a while. Whereas I literally had just started doing it at that point.
What are these big film programs you're referring to? Like
I don't know, NYU. Let's see, the ones in California. There might be one in like Florida that's super big. There's one in Georgia, but I still think, you know, because I've looked, right? I did like a little cursory glance at some film programs elsewhere, and the requirement for them is to have a portfolio. When I applied to the creative writing program at Belhaven, I had to have a portfolio. So I feel like for most degree plans like that, you have to have some kind of portfolio to get in because they're not just going to like accept anybody, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really looked into it that much. I feel like I looked at like 2 or 3 like Christian colleges, with Belhaven being one of them. So with you know, I guess film, I don't really know, but they may or may not have had like somewhat robust film departments. But I don't think, as far as I don't think any of them had like strict stipulations. That's kind of intimidating though, because it's like, what if like you want to like, I mean, I don't think I would shoot for the stars. It's not like I'm like, man, I really like music. I want to try to go to Juilliard or something with zero music experience. Yeah. Like, I don't think I would do that, but I think it is maybe somewhat intimidating of like, what if all of a sudden out of high school, you're like, man, I don't know. I feel something about music. I really want to study music. And then it's like, no, you can't get into the best school because like you haven't been doing it for 12 years already.
Well, I mean, it's not like, I guess just having been doing it, but it's still
that's what
like
an audition. I feel like that's what a portfolio is having been doing it.
Well, yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like if you're at the point, well, I don't know it, but when I was at the point of wanting to do creative writing in college, I had already been like writing a whole lot like before that because I was just doing it for fun. Mm-hmm. But writing is like easy. All you need pencil and a sheet of paper. Hello, I'm already in school.
And
I already have all
cocaine.
those
Just
things.
ask Stephen King.
But anyways, writing is not a very high barrier of entry, is what I'm trying to say. Film kind of is. Like, if you already don't have, like, an AV club or some kind of thing in your high school, or maybe you're just, like, really ambitious and just, like, making things with your friends, then you kind of, like, don't have that. So I feel like the barrier of entry is a little high.
Yeah.
For film specifically. But I feel like if you're studying other things like music at the collegiate level, you would have something. Like, you'd still be able to, like, audition in some way. It wouldn't be your first time picking up a guitar, plucking keys on a piano, or, like, singing or something like that. And for, like, dance, I mean, I would hazard a guess that the girls in that dance program at Belhaven have been in it since they were literally 2 years old.
Well, see wait, I don't want to get too much on a tangent off of the question, but something I know about is that the dance program, I think, was really strict, because that, I think, was like a big selling point for Belhaven.
Yeah.
So like it was actually tough to get in. Like, a lot of people got rejected because like they either weren't good enough or hadn't been doing it for a decent amount of time beforehand. And then, like, I don't know what Belhaven's doing right now, but like it seems like, you know, I guess like most, I don't know, businesses, companies, institutions, they want to grow, they want those numbers up. And
Line go up. Line go up.
Line go up. And so it's all about like getting more freshmen, getting more enrollment, getting more students or whatever. And so I think a couple of years ago, before we had graduated, they like got rid of those like strict stipulations, and they were just like, yo, you want to do dance? Anyone can join. And that kind of like really, I feel like that kind of like made it lose some of its like prestigious reputation. They probably didn't get rid of it. I don't know all the details. I just know what I had heard. And this was like probably back in like 2019 or 2020, was that it was like getting less strict. You know what I mean? Where it was just like, they lowered the bar, and like
the bar
that
get it?
Because dance
ballet bar anyway.
What is it? Yeah, they lowered the bar, and that that made it so that more people could come, but like it, you know, it meant that like just the people that did come may not have been as good. It kind of lost some of that prestige. And then I know from someone, I guess I'll just say who, and then you can bleep out their name, but you know, David's friend.
Yes.
I think what I remember about this was he was saying that really like pissed him and his sister off. Them
lessening the requirements.
Because his sister, I think, got rejected. You know what I mean? So she didn't go to Belhaven for dance, I think. But like now it's like just anyone can, you know what I mean? Which it's fine that she didn't, but it's like, from what I understood, is it was like so strict that like she had been doing dance for like a while and was doing it very seriously and still didn't get in. But now it's just like the doors are wide open, anyone can get in. And so
that's interesting.
I don't know how I got on this.
Because we were talking about how Belhaven is probably like one of the only schools that doesn't have like some kind of requirement.
Yeah. So I guess I was just saying that they did for dance. Yeah. But what is it? Yeah, I guess like I'll think of another answer maybe. Yeah, because she said like major, and it's like I did major in film. But yeah, still joke answer still is just still film, but at a different college. If I had to think of something, I feel like I won't say journalism because you've already took it, but like from
that's still valid.
No, I know. Well, I wanted to say, I mean, I guess I can, but I don't really know a whole lot about it. But I know from like listening to some of Alana Pierce's podcasts, she makes journalism sound really cool. And then, you know, watching Spotlight, I'm like, yo, Spotlight's freaking sick, dude. Like Spotlight makes journalism look really cool. And then the YouTube channel People Make Games, that also makes journalism look really cool. Honestly, maybe journalism, maybe I'm leaning that way, because I feel like it's still like storytelling, you know what I mean? But it's like, I guess instead of, I don't know, you could still make films with like a journalism degree, you know what I mean? It would just be like documentaries, you know?
Yeah. You just wouldn't necessarily be behind the camera.
Yeah.
Be more of a producer role.
Maybe.
So like,
well, I mean, you
CNN
couldn't you be the writer or like the director?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
But you wouldn't be like running lights on it.
Yeah. But what is it? So journalism sounds pretty cool.
I think journalism does have the potential to be really boring though, because my dad for a time, he was a journalist for probably not most of his career at this point, but for a while. He worked at my hometown's newspaper, and he was a court reporter. And basically what he would do is just report on like murder trials and stuff, which at its core, that's not like super boring, but I feel like that could like wear on a person after a while. And it did wear on my dad after a while. So
I guess, so you don't get scared. Melissa is on the way. So when that door unlocks, don't freak out.
Okay. Gosh. I thought you were going to say something like actually scary.
No.
Like, I don't.
I like how I said
did you
it,
say
and then
it
you were
like
like, "Oh
that?
gosh." Well, because what if she opened it like right as I was saying it? It would have freaked you out.
I mean, yeah, but I thought you were gonna say something freaking scary. It like scared me.
Well, that's so funny. Yeah, I think. Well, you know what? Like, you're definitely deterring me from journalism because, like, I love. I feel like everyone loves the payoff. Like the story comes together and you publish it, but it's like, I guess the behind the scenes is this could be like months and even years of like research and just like digging and dead ends and compiling stuff together, and just like a lot of it being like a whole lot of
independent journalism is like that. But when you work for like a publication or like a hometown newspaper or something, you still have to deal with like the
grunt work
and the brass. No, just like the way newspapers are run like companies, because at its core, companies are supposed to be profitable. And it's kind of hard for a newspaper to be profitable, especially now that a lot of them are not in print anymore. So I was actually reading something earlier today. I didn't finish it because I got bored, but there's this newspaper in like Aspen, like Colorado, wherever Aspen is, ski place. They had 2 city newspapers there until one of the newspapers got like bought by some company and then just kind of like run into the ground. So I feel like if you work for, and this happens all the time, you've seen it happen, places like, I don't know, Machinima. I wouldn't consider them to be like journalism, so to speak, but they did have a lot of news shows. And you'll have just like random restructuring coming from up top, and they're not really involved. Like the people who are actually, working these stories are involved, and they're just like kind of restructuring because it makes sense from a money standpoint, but it may not make sense from a actual standpoint, something like that. So I feel like I wouldn't want to be a journalist, because then I might end up working for a company that like sucks. And then it just kind of takes all the joy and all the passion that I may have had for journalism out of it. So being an independent journalist, that would be that would be a slay. But working for a company.
I was just going to say, I don't think I have the patience even for independent journalism, even if it's cool. Like that just sounds like a lot of work, where it's like, I mean, I guess so is a lot of other things, but I don't know. I guess pick your poison or whatever. But I was going to say that when I said grunt work earlier, I was thinking of like, it's like the person at IGN that needs to write like a brief article, like, hey, there's another Call of Duty this year, like here's the details. It's a shooter. There's going to be multiplayer.
But also, journalists are not just working on one thing at once. They're probably chasing a lot of stories at the same time. So it's not, even if it is a lot of waiting, you're still like working.
Well, I feel like most of the ones at IGN are not chasing stories. You know what I mean?
I know, but not specifically not IGN, but like say an independent journalist.
Well, how long have you been recording?
Let's see, an hour and 17 minutes.
Okay, that's good. Because I want to be done. My back hurts. I'm tired. My throat hurts. I'm hungry.
Skin is falling apart.
Maybe I want to say creative writing, just because like I guess writing can be difficult for me, but like I feel like I would still want to go into some sort of field of like storytelling. I think that's always drawn me and attracted me, just in life and in general. So I mean, journalism, creative writing, whatever. all of that sounds good if I can't choose film.
Well, I will say this as someone who did do creative writing. I'll try not to go too long on this. Is the reason that I stopped doing it was number one, because I just like doing film more. And number two, after a point, I realized that practically speaking, it would probably be kind of hard to get any kind of consistent job being a writer. I'd probably end up being a copywriter or a technical writer or writing for something that I didn't even really like care about that much when I just wanted to like write books. But of course, in order to do that, you have to write one essentially for free, try to sell that, maybe get a book deal.
It's the same with, I mean, I guess that's pretty much the same thing with film though. Make a short for free, like, or not even for free really, but your own money, and then hope it's good enough that it gets some attention and you get a deal.
Yeah, but I feel like I liked being just on set more and just involved in the process, even if it wasn't something that I had like created myself. I feel like I enjoyed that process more than just like, you know, the prospect of just being a writer somewhere. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean that makes sense. I guess it like I said, I feel like it's, and that's not to make it sound bad, but I don't know, I'll make it sound bad if I want, but I guess it's like a pick your poison. It's just like what you prefer doing, you know what I mean? I guess writing a novel or like a long short story, a novella or something, versus like making a short film, I guess are very different processes. And so if you're going to do it for free or really, you know, I guess costing you your own time and money, I guess do which one you prefer more.
Yeah. Now I do both because nothing happens at my job, so I have a lot of free time.
But not enough, but not the kind of free time where you can watch YouTube, just the kind of free time where you can do anything else.
Well, if I'm like typing at my desk, then it looks like I'm actually busy, but if I'm looking at my phone, then
It scared me. It didn't even, my warning to you didn't even work.
Wow. This has been the 25th episode of the Not Just Arin podcast. You can find us on all major podcast platforms. That is YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Google, and Anchor. Oh, goodness. It's been so long I've forgotten. Oh, no. Okay, no. We need questions. And you can send us some.
Consider this a threat.
If you don't, well,
I will
you'll
find
out.
you, and I will, you know, take in reference, whatever.
Yeah. We need questions. We need more questions so we can question ourselves and question the questions. Anyways, gosh, I kind of forgot how to do the outro. Oh, no.
Nice.
Oh, no. To discuss all things, not just Arin, you can use the hashtag NJAPod. Maybe I won't check. I don't know. It's been a while.
Use the hashtag on all the dead social medias. Use it on like LinkedIn. Use it on
LinkedIn is far from dead.
Use it on
Pinterest,
MySpace,
LiveJournal,
Tumblr.
Tumblr's not dead either. Okay, she's alive and well. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
I don't know. I feel like there could be a Tumblr resurgence, especially if Twitter dies.
I really, when I was in middle school, I really liked Tumblr memes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. The original bottom text or top text, whatever.
Follow us on the social media platforms, Twitter and Instagram at NJAPod. I legit don't know if that's it or not.
There's a sponsor.
Oh, who are we sponsored by?
I don't know. Our Jackson's Dirty Water.
All right. Thank you to Jackson's Dirty Water for financially supporting the Not Just Arin podcast. We would not be able to do it without your financial contributions. And that's it. Yeah.
Fall down the stairs.